So what if we're 31 minutes late to the podcast?
First off, thanks for waiting around for us.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
yeah. I don't have any excuses.
For being sick? Really?
Well, are you seriously gonna tell me why I'm sick?
Yeah.
Tell me why I'm sick, Steve.
Great nature demanded you be sick right now. And here you are.
Great nature demanded me to be sick.
Reality, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you choose.
Maybe all that stress and crap during the week caught up with me. Maybe. Yeah.
Have you been exhausting yourself?
No, I've been stronger than ever. Stronger than ever.
So you might have come across a virus that just found an opening and did a number on you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which is what our bodies are built to fight off.
Yeah. So what I have is the basic, the fever, the chills.
The only reason I'm sitting next to him is because he broke a sweat last night. So
Well,
I'm thinking he's not contagious.
Yeah, you just
Next week's show will prove if I'm wrong.
you notice how when you're so sick, next love, you're so sick, you shake all the time, and it's hard because you fall down. I almost fell in the toilet twice. It's hard to stand and pee, and I just want to let you know that it was not a good night.
It's a good core workout, isn't it? The shivers.
Oh my
You're
God.
working all the stabilizer muscles and one workout with. I'm not trying to make light of this, but
Yeah,
your body will shut down certain areas. Everything's off. Your heating system's off.
Sorry, you didn't know. So I'm having my honey and tea and lemon. I think it's ginseng. Cheers. Make sure you take care of yourselves, guys. Oh, that's good. You want to sip?
No.
Oh, don't share glasses and cups with other people that are sick.
Especially strangers.
Don't go to work. Stay home. Shake it out. Okay. I will probably just get one more good night of sleep and I'll probably be gone. So I took a bunch of like aspirin. I did some ivermectin and did some vitamin B and lots of zinc. And it just really kicked its butt. So it's not as bad as it was.
Good.
At this time last night, I couldn't even stand up. But
It was a bad one.
that's what we do. We just keep going, right?
If you can.
Right. All right. So tonight's show is we're gonna concentrate on workday job. What does that say? Hold on, there we go. Workplace stress, how to manage workplace pressure, burnout, and job satisfaction. And before we came on, while we were trying to figure this out, Steve had a great idea. He says, let's just relate that to stress of holidays.
It's the holiday stress. First off, someone turn the dishwasher on?
I don't know. That's probably the bath.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Anything else you want to ask about before we get into it?
No, it's just a lot of noise. I don't know how it's coming over.
That's all right. So we talked about holiday stress, right? How to manage that holiday work stress in the workplace, holiday work pressure, holiday burnout, and holiday job satisfaction.
Because everything changes during the holidays. The whole routine gets reshuffled almost.
I always wondered, why is it so much more stressful during the holidays? I never understood that.
I don't think that was how it was meant to be, but that's what has happened.
Is it about money? You can't buy yourself a gift or your family gifts because you're out of money.
Or one more holiday you have to work because you don't have a job that allows you that time off. Or you don't have the financial means to take that time off. So guess who's working? And I've lost count of how many holidays I've worked, how many family parties I've missed, et cetera, et cetera. Just because I put myself in a position where that's the kind of job I've always had.
What if you had to work? What if your boss said you're working the holidays, dude?
Then that just adds to the stress.
Yeah.
Of not being where you want to be.
Well, what's going on over there? What's going on over there? What's going on over there? Great. I'm glad I can't smell anything right now. Apparently my children will use the toilet and it's quite an aroma. So
They do that.
So yeah, if you have to work, it sucks, right? You want to be home with your family and your friends, right? But as a caregiver, we don't get any time off, do we?
So I know parents who haven't had time off in years. I mean, they haven't had a full day off in years.
The only time I had a day off was today.
And here we are.
Still went to work. Still went to work. I had about, I don't know, probably 10 hours off. Got to sleep in.
You needed it.
Got to watch a bunch of Bravo shows. Got to veg out. My girlfriend cooked me a home cooked chicken noodle soup.
Which smells delicious. I haven't tried it yet, but it smells delicious.
Right. So
Love chicken soup.
if you are looking for a partner in this space, make sure you date a caregiver because they will take care of the caregiver when you're out and down. Isn't that right, Steve?
As long as you have one healthy caregiver, you're okay. But if everyone gets wiped out, who takes care of the caregiver?
That's right. So thank God for Jessica to help me out during these times. So,
Absolutely.
my ex-wife was in town, so she helped out. Thank you, Terry. Not that you ever watched this show. I don't know why you would, because it's about men. But thanks. Yeah. And so how do we manage all that stuff? Because I don't know about you, I'm a control freak. I'm still here in the seat because I still feel like I need to be here. Like I should be in bed.
So are you listening to your body or your mind?
Neither.
So if your body told you what to do, what would it say?
Body says go to bed.
And what's your mind telling you?
You gotta work.
Now you know the difference.
Uh,
So when you get sick, when you get injured, when you've been in an accident, when you're hurting, these are the times you have to listen to your body, not your mind. Your mind will drive you right into the ground. It's a taskmaster.
taskmaster.
Yeah. It likes to get things done. It likes to solve problems. It has this idea. It thinks if you stop swimming, you're going to drown. So it keeps going. The mind makes all the demands. Sometimes the body has more intelligence than that. So it'll override the mind. And all of a sudden you find yourself having to go to sleep. You find yourself slowing down. You find yourself doing everything you can so the body can heal itself. And sleep equals healing. So your body's gonna shut down your system so you sleep. That's when you heal. Just like a kid growing up, they grow and they sleep. That's why they wake up taller.
What? Like in Tom Hanks' Big.
That Zoltar helped with that. So
Zoltar did play a good part of that, but let's talk about in the workplace when we're all stressed out and you get this jerk off in the office. How do you deal with that guy? Because you're so stressed out about your life at home with your child or your patients, and that guy comes in, he starts making fun of you, he's just jabbing you, and you're just not in the mood. What's a good way to, I guess, deflect and not react, Steve?
I think every family has that guy or girl. I think every workplace has that person. I think any group of people together, there's always going to be someone who is just in opposition to everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else is, smooth sailing, and all of a sudden, here's your wrench in the works. And so it's a part of life, and maybe it needs to be looked at that. If there's this idea that if someone's coming at me with hostility, aggression, whatever, it takes two to dance. So if you don't want to dance with a person like that, ignore or extinguish the behavior by ignoring it. You cut the fuel. They like taking jabs because they like to see how you react. And if you don't react, they don't get that satisfaction they're looking for, or whatever it is.
Just punch him in the face.
The law, jail, fines, employment, little reasons like that. So it's it's not an option in the workplace, but in the real world, things happen.
You can just do it outside the office.
So, and that's happened too, I'm sure.
I mean, it's hard to have the whole kumbaya spirit when we're going through some stressful situations. Um, I'm a firm believer that our body reacts to stressful situations in the form of sickness. So this is all stress related, or it's either a virus that I actually caught somewhere in the world.
It can go either way, or the stress knocks your immune system down so the virus can take hold. Either way, it's all related. Either way, you're always better off managing your stress the best you can to keep your system boosted to its primary function. It's the same reason why you're trying to eat good, the same reason why you're trying to get the minerals that your maybe daily diet lacks, or vitamins.
Yeah, but maybe I'm just burnt out.
That could be very possible.
Yeah, just burnt out. I don't want to do this job anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to deal with my coworkers anymore. I don't want to deal with my kids anymore.
Wouldn't that be nice if that was a choice?
Well, there's always a choice.
True.
There's always
But
a choice.
what a price to pay, depending on the situation. So sometimes we just have to take a little time to put our own oxygen on first,
Like in the plane.
because you can't help anyone if you're passed out. So understanding that you have to take care of you to be able to take care of other people. I think there's some wisdom in that.
This is good. It's coming out. When it's draining, which means I'm getting better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, you got the mucus has to come out. The phlegm, all that just clogs you. And when it comes out, it's the sign that the body's actually healing. It's in the healing process.
Yeah.
When you start expectorating. Isn't that a great word?
What is it called?
Expectorating. It's when the expectant comes out of you. I heard it at the doctor's office because I've had a sinus surgery. And
it doesn't sound fun.
it's a good word. Well, it just means that everything's loosening up and now it can come out. The body produced it as a side effect of whatever ailment you have. But it's usually a sign that you're sick. Something's run low, something's not functioning in harmony and working right.
Well, okay, great. So we're talking about the stress in the workplace, the burnout, the job satisfaction. What do we do once we get all this stress that makes us sick? What can we do?
You have to manage what you have going on right at that moment. So like you're sick. Best thing you can do is rest. And he'll rest immediately after this podcast. It doesn't require and take too much energy to do this. So some jobs, tough. You're not able to have this luxury. But it's one thing about stress, you can't take it on as a whole sometimes. It's too overwhelming, because when you're really stressed out and you're burned out and you're at the end, it's a result of everything coming to a head at once. It's like trying to drink out of a fire hydrant, blow your teeth out of your head. It's too powerful. So you take it in chunks. It's good visual, huh?
Jeez. Well,
So
I for one don't like feeling this way. And I have to say that the last couple of weeks were stressful leading up to this situation last night. And I don't know, maybe Sebastian's seizure may have caused a lot of it.
huge seizure.
So I don't know. So I take my vitamins, I take my nutrition, I take my subs, I try to eat cleaner, and I still get sick. And sometimes I just think that no matter what you do, your body is going to get sick no matter what you try to do.
But sickness is part of life. It really is. And it's sickness, low-grade sickness, that actually boosts your immune system. Sometimes you have stuff going on you're not even aware of in your body.
Do you think that that's what our body needs to get better? We have to go through this low-grade stuff just to get out the curves and shit?
If you want to sharpen a knife, you have to do it on something harder than the knife material. So our bodies are always have resistance to things. I mean, we have this whole system of white blood cells that just go through the body and wipe out viruses and everything that doesn't belong. But how do you keep those guys strong? How do you keep them not going dormant? How do you keep them fit?
I don't know.
You maintain them.
I don't.
It's the maintenance.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not a
Neither am I. But
or a metabolicist, or
Go on, keep going. You're doing great.
Not a religious aspect. I'm not a religious artifact. Uh, so it's definitely one to be prepared for. If you're watching this show, I'm guaranteeing you that probably more than half of you watching will be sick before the end of the year.
So how do we, well, you're going to get sick.
That's from your coworkers,
Yeah.
your family, your kids who go to school and the parents bring their kids to home sick because they can't, they gotta go to work.
Or your client, you're a caregiver for, they come home sick. And someone gave it to them, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. So how do we prevent that?
I don't know. Because they gotta go to work.
Right.
What do we do?
Washing the hands, just everything we know to do. But now we have to do it. Now we actually have to do it. The biggest thing that people don't ever fix unless, because it's so automatic, touching our face, especially touching the eyes. Anytime you put a germy, body part on a mucous membrane, there's going to be a transmission. And as long as we're touching surfaces and stuff, so we don't even realize how much we touch our eyes and our face and our nose until we're maybe see a video of ourselves or someone makes us aware of it. But that's one great way because we have a natural defense on the outside before the germs and viruses even get in.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
What's that called?
Nose hairs.
I got a lot there. It didn't work. It didn't work. I still got sick, Steve.
And you're gonna get sick. I remember watching a video of this guy. He moved down to Peru.
Look at this. Jesus, there's some stuff under there.
I have to have it back by 9, so don't mess it up.
Do you have is that your defense against the dark arts?
Didn't even know I could do it till the pandemic. But if you notice, before the 50s, everyone had a beard. And it was Gillette, the razor company, that got a few ball players to advertise that clean shaven is the way to go. Take a look at every president until that point. Right. Beards on all of them. And then it wasn't the trend anymore. Very trendy people, human beings.
Abraham Lincoln.
He had a nice beard going.
Wow. What did he say that we supposed to live in every day? Most people are happy.
Are as happy
as they make their minds up to be. I'm happy right now. I'm just out of it, but this show makes me happy. Steve makes me happy. My kids make me happy. My girlfriend makes me happy. My caregivers make me happy. So
you're a wealthy man. There's a lot of people in a lot nicer places, driving a lot nicer things, eating a lot better food, and they're miserable.
That's true.
And that's another way sickness gets in.
Absolutely miserable. I don't know why.
So how does one learn to enjoy what they have instead of suffer by thinking they want something else that's going to fix them at that moment? It's a tough one.
I don't know. So what are we to do when we get all these challenges? We get all these challenges, right? The stress, the workplace, the burnout, the jobs, and then we're sick. It's like the quadruple down for the count. And we're not talking the fake stuff like Jake Paul. No, we're talking like Ali Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. That was me last night. So I'm waiting.
Now that you've been sick and wiped out, and it's been a very long time since you felt this way.
Yeah, I haven't been sick since February.
Are you going to learn the lesson though?
What is the lesson to be learned?
Well, sickness teaches us just as well as anything else. When you feel yourself starting to get to the point of exhaustion, you're not going to keep pushing through because you know your body needs to rest.
I didn't know I had any exhaustion, bro. This came out like a pipe against my back, dude.
Just out of the blue nowhere, right?
Yeah, well, that's not really entirely true. I had a little tickle like a week ago, but I just thought it was just stuff that got caught in there.
So next time you get a tickle in your throat, maybe you start down on some vitamin C in high doses.
Yeah.
Maybe you start.
I also noticed that my body was really achy towards the weekend.
So you did learn something. Is that what I'm hearing?
I just thought it was from the martial arts and the training.
Well, it's been so long, so now you know what that feels like when your body's winding down.
Very interesting. I was able to stretch in my bed this morning. You do the like that for stretch, and my body didn't cramp. That was weird. Usually my abs cramp or my legs cramp or my shoulder cramps. but it didn't cramp this time.
You're much more relaxed.
Yeah.
When you're sick, there's no resistance in you. There's
What did you say about the trait of being sick? You're showing me your.
no, the first thing you lose when you're sick.
Yeah.
Okay, I verified this just from my own experience. So maybe yours don't have this experience. But when I get sick, really sick, the first thing I lose is my personality. I go from, hey, how are you, to yes, no, and then, guys, but I no longer have the energy to have jazz hands. I no longer can be a cruise ship director when I'm sick because I don't have the energy to care about where you want to go. And I got to take care of myself. So let sickness be your teacher.
Julie McCoy.
And she had some problems.
She has some jazz hands.
She did. She was always in a good mood, but it turned out a little assist from the cocaine.
On the set?
Yeah. From what she says, I was watching an interview.
I think the doctor was drunk 24/7 too.
Well, you show me people that are happy 24/7. I don't know. There's no reality in that. Real boats rock. That's a quote from my favorite author, Frank Herbert, who wrote Dune. Real boats rock.
Real boats rock. Speaking of real boats, what are you doing for Thanksgiving, Steve? We are coming up Thanksgiving here, guys, in about 2 or 3 days. And so for me and
Secondhand Steve,
a heartfelt happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I hope you find a place to get your food.
I hope you gain weight.
That too. I hope you get not too drunk, but keep it under control. Get a designated driver. I hope you find the love that you're looking for, and I hope that your family will take care of you.
And I hope Thanksgiving leaves an impression on you that can stay with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. That's coming up.
Oh, by the way, if you're having Thanksgiving with family and friends, or take them in. I mean, really, just stand there and look at it, at what's in your life and the people that matter, because that's who come together during the holidays. That's what it's supposed to be about.
What do you mean take them in?
Take them in, just appreciate them.
Oh, not off the street.
Well, maybe you want to do that too. I don't know, but to stand in front of this life that you're living right now and to really see it.
No. Thanksgiving, everybody fights. Everybody gets some sort of ridiculous thing and they just have to fight. What would not be a Thanksgiving without the roundhouse around the table, dinner, talking crap about our family and friends? Isn't that what Thanksgiving is all about?
I had an soon-to-be ex-wife throw a biscuit at me during Thanksgiving one year. She's so mad.
Did you catch it?
No, I took the hit. I'm just glad it was soft and flaky.
Sounds like a good biscuit.
I'm glad she didn't butter that biscuit before she threw it too. So it's the little things in life that should make you happy.
Yeah. Well, again, I'll tell this to everybody. If you're around the area of Santa Clarita, look me up. Doors open. Come and get a nice hot meal at my house.
He means it.
I do this every year. We get sometimes we get nobody, sometimes we get like 20 people. And we just we hang out and we just talk and we just welcome in everybody,
I'll be here for a bit.
What is it? We're sharing the sunlight of the spirit for you to feel a part of something, whether it's for 20 minutes or 2 hours. The door's open.
Doors open, so
Steve's gonna come, yeah.
Oh yeah. It's about connecting with people. That's what it's about, My toaster cannot make toast on the memory of making toast. It has to be plugged in.
But isn't that the toaster that makes the popcorn?
If it's plugged in, it can
make popcorn.
Make toast. No, it can't make toast. It has one function, a toaster.
Oh, that's the Jiffy Pop that you grind you make the coffee grounds.
I roast coffee beans.
Check this out. Tell these people what you do with fresh coffee. This is pretty.
Yeah, I'm touching my eye right now. I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So if you I'm good.
Yeah, just for later, okay?
For later. If you enjoy coffee, and you've never had fresh roasted coffee, you're in for a treat because you can order the green beans on Amazon. You can get green coffee beans from everywhere around the world, from Ethiopia, from Peru, from these little small Papua Guinea islands and stuff. And it's amazing. So you'll get the green seeds in a bag, and now you have to roast it. So I saw a video of a guy roasting coffee beans in a popcorn maker, just a regular, inexpensive popcorn maker because it produces hot air. It's basically like roasting your coffee with a blow dryer, but it's in a small contained area. So it does a beautiful job of not only roasting the beans, but rotating them while it's roasting. So it's always even.
They don't pop.
No, well, the actual seeds, because they're not beans, coffee seeds are what we drink. And they crack. And there's two different levels of cracking, and you'll listen for it, and then you'll know when it's done. You'll know when it's done by the cracking and by the color you're going for. And because you're making it and roasting it yourself, you're going to have fresh coffee, and you can roast it to the amount of color you want. Now, remember, the greener the bean, the more caffeine. The more, when you see those dark, oily coffee beans at the store, that's dead coffee that's been overcooked. It's lost all its medicinal properties and it's dead anyway.
Brown and blacks, you don't use that?
You could bring it up to that, but you don't want to get it to where the bean is releasing the oil yet.
I'm saying when you're going to buy these beans, you want to buy green beans, right?
You want to buy green coffee beans. That's what you're looking for.
Green beans, Steve.
Green beans. You could buy 1 pound bag, 2 pound, 5, 10 pound. They got all different places. Do some sample bags from different places and see what you like. That's when I started. I did that. I got these $10 bags, like the 1 pounder, and I got like 5 different countries, and I saw what I liked, and I like private estates in Ecuador. That was one of my favorites. But you'll find out for yourself. But roasting your own coffee can be inexpensive, especially if you find a popcorn roaster at a thrift store, which is.
I'm gonna have to do this. I can't believe I gotta try it.
I'll help you. So far with Chris here, he knows how to make bread.
Yeah.
He knows how to make homemade butter.
I gotta make bread tomorrow.
And coffee is on the menu. And these are all things you eat anyway and drink anyway, and it'll actually save you money.
And it probably tastes better. It's probably healthier for you.
And the best quality you can get.
Nice.
You're making it. Oh, once you roast the beans, don't hang on to them for more than 72 hours.
You gotta grind them.
And once you grind them, drink it within like 4 to 6 hours, maybe even sooner.
We had some of that last week after the show. It was really good. It was nice and rich and creamy.
You never told me that. I'm glad you liked it.
I did like it, yeah.
Okay.
And Jessica liked it too.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, that's a lot to unpack here, especially with somebody like me who's
and if you need me to reiterate something, send us a message. I'll be glad to.
Yeah. So our email, if you don't have it, it is yikes.
If you don't have our email, apparently you're in the same boat we are. We'll have it for you in just a second.
So stupid. It is men@raregivers.global. Okay, so send us an email to men@raregivers.global. We'll send you out these little tips and tricks on how to handle your holiday stress and some ingredients for some better coffee. Thank you for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And I'm going to bed. I had enough. This day was amazing. Somewhat just been hacking my lungs up. So thank you for being here.
Have a wonderful week. And remember, when you prepare the meal, the secret ingredient is love. Don't leave that out.
No secret ingredient.
That's the secret ingredient.
There's no secret ingredient.
Secret ingredient.
Juan will tell you differently. No secret ingredient. No.